Hey, I'm Jamie. Years ago in the early 2000s, I was assigned to SEAL Team 3. I was not a SEAL, am not a SEAL, will never be a SEAL, but got to do a lot of cool stuff. But anyway, when I was at the SEAL team, my favorite gun that they had was the MK11 Sniper Rifle, and I always said I wanted one. So I spent way too much money building a MK11 Motto clone. This was my favorite rifle when I was at the SEAL team, and this is my favorite rifle that I own. Now, these guns are not without their problems. Even though they are pretty awesome. But one of the problems is the way the scope rings mount, and because it's a gas gun and you have a charging handle to worry about, the stock has to come straight back, so they didn't put any kind of cheek risers or anything on these guns. And with any precision rifle, when you lay down behind the gun, you should get a good cheek weld on the gun, and you should close your eyes, get comfortable behind the gun, and you should open your eyes, and then you should just be able to have a clear picture through your scope. Now, with these, that's not really possible because the stock sits a little too low and the scope sits a little too high. So when the global war on terror started, special operations snipers that had these M110 and Mark 11 rifles had to figure out how to make it work. So that's what I'm going to show you how to do today. I'm going to show you how to make a legit GWOT authentic cheek riser for your Mark 11 or M110, your SASS rifle, whatever you got. I know PSA just came out with their new ones. Maybe you can use it on that. But looks really cool when it's done. It looks very military. Looks like it was something that was done out in the battlefield, because it was. Your parts list is very cheap and very easy. And if you do it right, it'll last a long time. So here we go. The first thing you're going to want to do is, like I've done here, I took a Sharpie marker and I pulled my charging handle all the way to the rear, and I just marked a little dot there with a Sharpie marker, just so I know where my cheek riser has to stop, so that my charging handle still has full range of motion. So the first thing I use to make it totally legit is my military issue sleeping pad. Any kind of foam really will do. You just need the foam padding. This is about 1/4 of an inch thick, maybe a little thicker than 1/4 inch, but these sleeping pads were 74 inches long, and I'm not 74 inches long, so it didn't cost me anything to just cut a 1-inch strip all the way across the bottom of my sleeping pad off. But you need some type of foam. I use my GI issue ISO pad, or military sleeping pad. You need cohesive bandage. You can get black, you can get like the flesh colored. I think they even make this in like all kinds of different camo patterns and stuff now, but I just got like the OD green. But cohesive wrap is great because it only sticks to itself, so it won't stick to your rifle and leave any kind of residue behind. Cohesive bandage, 1 roll like this should do you. Dr. Shoals Moleskin. This is just the regular moleskin that just comes in a roll. It's not pre-cut into little shapes for your little toe or anything, but just the good quality Dr. Shoals Moleskin padding. You need some duct tape, just a little bit. You don't need the whole roll. And you need like a razor knife. Like I like these little slide knives, or people call it a carpet knife, whatever, but just a sharp razor knife will get you by. And that's all you need. So the first thing I did is I took my USGI military pad and I cut a 1-inch strip all the way across the bottom. I just cut it off like this, 1-inch strip, and then you're going to want to take this 1-inch wide strip and you're going to want to cut it into 4-inch sections. I would venture to guess that most people are only going to need 1 or 2 of these, maximum 3. You're probably not going to need any more than 3. If you need any more than 3, I would say your rifle's probably set up wrong. I only use 2, but what you're going to do is you're going to cut these into 1-inch wide by 4-inch long little strips, and then get down behind the rifle, get your good cheek weld, and then open your eyes, get a clear picture through your scope. Then like insert one of these under your cheek, try it again, do another one, try it again. I figured out that I needed 2, so I needed 2 of the 1-inch by 4-inch. I took 2, stacked them on top of each other, and then I duct taped them together. That's what the duct tape was for. It was just to stick the foam padding together. Now what I want to do is I want to put this on my rifle, and I'm going to use the cohesive wrap and tightly wrap this around. Now I actually have the Knights Armament M110 buttstock, so I've got the little knob for the length of pull adjustment. So I have to make sure to wrap this tightly and make it look good, but I need to miss this little knob. If you're just using like an M16 type buttstock, you won't have the little knob and it won't be an issue. But if you've got an authentic M110, you're going to need to do that. So that's what we're going to do right now. So my 2 pieces of foam are taped together. I'm going to put them on here on my buttstock. I'm going to cheat them a little bit to the inside for my cheek. I'm going to line up on this dot. And then I'm going to start wrapping this cohesive bandage. And again, the cohesive bandage only sticks to itself. It does not stick to the rifle. I'm going to double check this, make sure my charging handle is in the right place. Yep, that's perfect on my charging handle right there. That's all good. All right. I want it to terminate right here along the top ridge of this cheek pad, and I'll show you why. All right, that's good. It's tight, looks pretty good. And my cohesive bandage ended right here along the top. That's important because we want to be comfortable, right? So that's where the Dr. Shoals Moleskin comes in. Again, I already cut this. It's a 3.5 inch by 2 inch piece, and what that's going to do is that's going to go over here to kind of lock that cohesive bandage in place, but it's also going to give my nice soft cheeky a nice comfortable place to lay, because this cohesive bandage can get a little sticky, especially if you got a little stubble. It can get a little uncomfortable, and this Dr. Shoals Moleskin has really good adhesive on it. So this is going to be kind of the piece that bonds it all together and holds it all together. And this is going to be the piece that your face lays against. And that is it. And now I have my nice cheek pad. Let's see. Oh yeah. So now I can just lay behind this gun very comfortably in the prone position or up, and I'm going to have my nice cheek weld, and my charging handle still runs. Everything is still good to go. And now I've got my cool, authentic GWOT looking cheek pad on here, and it didn't really cost me anything. So that's all I got. Thanks for watching.